what makes a good TikTok shop seller? And so what is a seller first? So you're going to hear so much information on TikTok shop affiliate this, affiliate that, affiliate blah, 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 blah. It's fugazi. It's some bullshit, guys. Stop trying to become a TikTok shop affiliate. All affiliates do is make the sellers richer. And I'm 16 years old and I've done over $250,000 in 2025 alone on TikTok shop seller. And there's three main things that make a good seller. And number one is the product. You need to find a product that does already have a proof of concept on TikTok itself. So what does that mean? I'm not going to bring a stuffed animal of a worm over to TikTok if nobody's already selling it, because that's just me guessing. That's me guessing if there's a market base on TikTok. But if I'm looking at, let's say, Dawn dish soap, and of course that's already a good product, but if I see Dawn dish soap with like 500 units sold on TikTok, that's already proven to sell on TikTok. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it over and I'm going to do a little bit better. And that's how you can get almost guarantee that when you buy that Dawn dish soap and you go to sell it on TikTok, you're not going to get fucked because you have the proof of concept. And you don't even need a proof of concept, okay? You can get really fucking creative with it and just throw some shit and it's eventually going to stick. But if you're brand new and you're trying to do that, you're going to lose a shit ton of money when you first start. And that's going to get you burnt out and then you're going to quit. So that's why I'm telling you right now. You want to have a proof of concept for your first couple products, and then you can try to get a little creative. But the second thing is not just the proof of concept of the product, but also the product itself. So you need to understand what sells good on TikTok and what sells good on TikTok. Short form content. You're a minute 45 seconds into this video. That's probably the longest you've ever watched a TikTok video. But when you scroll, you're not going to remember this video. Short form content is key to TikTok because it's so impulsive. So what does that mean, impulsive? You need to sell products that emotionally spark viewers quickly. You need to be able to understand what the product is the second they see it on their screen. And I believe that TikTok is not a luck-based platform. It is statistically proven that if you can get a product that is emotionally visual, it will spark an emotion and viewers will understand what it does instantly. As long as it's a positive emotion, then it will sell well on TikTok. Because I've seen it time and time again. Think about all the weight loss products. Look, people that are fat will come onto TikTok and buy a weight loss product because it looks and it sparks an emotion. They'll buy it for $20, they'll use it for a month and realize they're still fat, and so they'll buy the next one. And this is what we're doing here. It sounds messed up, but you're hacking these people's minds. You need to find these products that are so cheap to source but have such a high perceived value. For example, prank products. And you should be paying me for that information because this is something that nobody will ever tell you on TikTok.